Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Folge 23 von If My Heart Had Wings. In der letzten Folge hatten unsere Club-Members nicht viel zu tun, während sie auf die Reparatur der Winch warten. Und deshalb haben wir stattdessen eine Beach-Episode spendiert bekommen. Da ist auch eigentlich nicht viel passiert. Herausgefunden, Amane kann nicht schwimmen. Außerdem hatten wir die nächste Choice und für mich war einfach die eine Option, die ich nehmen wollte, nicht verfügbar. Ansonsten wurde Aoi seltsam von den Mädchen betatscht. Interessant. Viel mehr ist auch nicht passiert. Schauen wir, wie es nun weitergeht. Kotori groaned while she was turning the pages of a book written in English. Do you understand anything? I kind of understand it, but I wonder if Hibadine will come back soon. If she does, I could get her to translate it for me. Don't do that? Also erstmal Leute zu fragen, in ihrer Freizeit einfach als Gefallen etwas zu machen, was sie sonst im Job machen, wofür sie bezahlt werden und was ziemlich viel Effort ist vor allem. Ja. Kotori was reading a foreign book about morning glory and other similar phenomena. There are few records of such things occurring in Kasegauda, so it looks like she ended up looking for something similar. It would be great if there were some articles about phenomena that have occurred in Kasegauda. It can't be helped. It's very rare. It only occurs once in a matter of decades. It seems that when it appeared 26 years ago, it was very abrupt, and TV or newspapers described it only as a strange phenomenon. If the photo that people from the Soaring Club had taken was published back then the reaction to it could have been quite different. The internet wasn't as widespread as it is now, so articles and records from that time can only be found in the library. Nevertheless, little by little we got to understand what kind of phenomenon it is. It looks like this passage of clouds is at least dozens of kilometers long, said Kotori as she showed me the map she had made herself. The size was drawn based on witnesses' testimonies. Not bad. It was pretty long. It crossed the lake diagonally and went on straight ahead. It appears just before dawn and vanishes a short while after the sun rises. How long does it last? I'm not sure, probably about 2-3 hours at most. There are strong updrafts around the clouds. If we caught those, we should have been able to cross over it in the glider. That's how the former members of the club took that photo. I see. When the water vapor rises up into the sky near the ascending air currents, the colder air cools down, creating clouds. There's a strong connection between clouds and updrafts. We don't know when it will occur, so there's no way to prepare for it. There are only 10 days of the summer holidays left. The countdown to Amane-senpai quitting the school has begun. Before then, we have to cross over the passage of clouds. Ja, jetzt in 10 Tagen auf was hoffen, was zuletzt vor 26 Jahren passiert ist. No matter how good a glider we build and how perfectly we learn to pilot it, if the morning glory doesn't occur, we can't do anything. There you are. Agea was working on something by herself, took a breather and wiped the sweat from her forehead. What have you been doing? Making a cockpit. We already have one though? Also spontan sitzt an der Seite, macht irgendwas so, ja, ich mache ein Cockpit. Okay. Alleine. She was attaching pedals and a control stick like rod touch. Ah. It's slightly too lame to be called a cockpit though. What's with that look on your face? This isn't just a toy, you know? Ich krieg einfach durch dieses WN Lust, einen Flight Simulator zu spielen. Probably not gonna do it, but Agea took a cable that extended from a pseudo cockpit and plugged it into the computer. That's cool. Interested, Kotori leaned over. Turn on the simulator. I turned it on as she said. Agea sat down in the pseudo cockpit and operated the control stick. Then it moved. And the rudder pedals. Yeah, great. Could it be... It's the cockpit for the simulator. Operating the pedals and control stick attached to the chair moves the aircraft shown on the monitor. Lesen ist grad schwer. It felt almost like magic. With this, it will feel more like controlling the real thing, right? Also sie hat einfach selbst einen Joystick und sowas gebaut? Verstehst du das richtig? Treiber sind scheinbar auch schon da. Ach Gott, was soll das? Just don't think about it. Agea made way and I sat down to give it a try. Oh, this is incredible. It moves properly. How did you do this? Something like this is easy. I was thinking of making it if we had some spare time. Amane-senpai, you could try it out too if you like. When Agea called out to her, Amane-senpai was sitting in front of the drawing board, raised her head. Was malt sie eigentlich den ganzen Tag? Did you say something? Amane-chan, come over here. If you practice with this, you get better too. Senpai came here and took a good look at the cockpit that Agea had made. Hey, isn't it amazing? Agea has built it. She's incredible. No, it really isn't anything special. Go ahead, Senpai. Let's see. Oh, you're right. This really would be good to practice with. She operated the simulator for a moment while grumbling. I should have made it like this from the start. I thought we could do some practice with this while we wait for the winch to be repaired. Great job, Agea. For some reason, Kotori was the most excited one about this. With the winch broken, club activities were grinded to a halt. We couldn't just stand around waiting for time to pass. That's why everyone's been looking for something to do. Feeling that we were making even the slightest progress lifted everyone's spirits. Oh, this is really well made. Sitting like this is much more realistic. Then why do you look so unhappy? Amane was trembling. Even though it's just a simulator, it's still scary. Oh. How did she fly alone the first time? This will help you get used to it. We'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh. After I let Amane-senpai take a seat, I stood a little away. While listening to the exchange, I happened to take a peek at the drawing board. Whenever she has spare time, Senpai is always sitting in front of it. Danke, das wird behandelt. Ich bin gespannt. There are some plans drawn there, but the aircraft has already been completed. I've been wondering what she had been drawing for a while. Kritzeleien, lol. No? Okay. It's a glider, but the shape of the wings is different. The main wings were a bit farther forward in relation to the fuselage. The silhouette was strange and quite different from the airplanes I know. Lazing around as usual, huh? Suddenly we heard a familiar voice. At some point, Tobioka had come into the garage unnoticed. Everyone stopped talking and got on guard. No matter how you look at this, you're just playing video games. Are these the activities of the Soaring Club? Kotori looked ready to snap at Tobioka, who appeared so suddenly and started making sarcastic comments. Don't do it, Kotori. Alright, I got it. Do you have some business here? It looks like Yamanobe-sensei gave you a free hand, so I came in instead to check what you're doing. Yamanobe-sensei is our advisor, but he hardly ever shows up here. That could be because of the pressure from Tobioka. If he was actively involved with the club, he could get on Tobioka's bad side. Himigi, did you quit the robotics club to play around here? I had such high hopes for you. We're not playing around. Agea retorted sharply without any fear of Tobioka. He frowned in frustration. You will regret choosing this club, eventually. I will work hard to make sure I won't. She looked like she actually wanted to say it's none of your business. Bleh, but she didn't do it for now. Mochizuki, you have flown again, apparently. Yes, we did a test flight. If we don't do proper club activities, the student council will get angry. At that time, it seemed like the winch broke, didn't it? How does he know about that? Could it be that Yamanobe-sensei informed him of that? Just in case anything happens, we're reporting everything to Yamanobe-sensei. Okay. Man könnte jetzt ganz böse unterstellen, dass er was an der Winch gemacht hat, aber ehrlich gesagt kommt mir das sehr unrealistisch vor. Are you trying to cause an accident again? Trying. Pff. Ja, natürlich. Ist richtig lustig zu starten und einfach abzustürzen, wenn dich das Ding runterzieht. Haha. If someone gets injured, this time the club's stats will be revoked for sure. Having said that, there are only 10 days left anyway. Sieht richtig smug aus. Fuck you. You will leave at the end of the summer holiday. I'm just asking you not to cause any problems before then. Yes. We left it at that and Tobioka walked out of the garage. What is up with that guy? He really pisses me off. He really is just an AC old man. Quitting the robotics club was the right choice. Hey, Amane-chan, that accident you was talking about. Amane-chan? Huh? Yeah, I got it. We have to make sure there won't be any accidents. No, I didn't mean that. I got really hungry. Let's go eat something. Amane-senpai showed us a forced smile, then stood up and left the garage. Oof. What was that about? I'm not sure. Hey, what was that stuff about the accident? I don't know, but it looks like for Amane-senpai is a subject from the past that she doesn't want to touch on. As I said that, their expressions darkened. Nighttime. I got out of the bath. It was about time to go to bed. Yes. Amane-senpai seemed a little down today. She didn't eat much for dinner, which is quite unusual. Ever since Tobioka mentioned that accident. Something must have happened. Everybody was worried about it, but we didn't find the right time to ask her about it. When I was thinking about that and walking down the hallway, Amane-senpai came down from the second floor. Where could Kotori be? She's in her room, I think. I see. Thanks. Senpai knocked on the door to Kotori's room. Amane-chan? Kotori poked her head out and was surprised to see Amane-senpai there. This is probably the first time she's gone to see her in a room like this. Do you have a moment? Sure. Want to come in? Yeah. Invited by Kotori, Amane-senpai entered her room. When she was closing the door, Kotori had noticed me standing here. She looked at me like she didn't know what to do and wanted me to go and help her, but there's no way I could go in there. Before long, the door shut. Okay. Ich finde immer weird, dass Amanes Outfit, es passt gefühlt nicht zu ihrem Charakter, weil es wirkt so, als würde sie kehren über ihr Aussehen, was sie wohl ziemlich sicher nicht tut. Anyway. Quack! What's the matter, Amane-chan? It's been a long time. This used to be Isuka's room, right, Het? Quack! In those days, I would often come here to hang out. I also helped make the duck door for Het. Warum ist das Ding unterm Fenster? What the hell? Oh, really? No wonder it's so shoddy. Oh. It hasn't changed much. I don't have that many things. If there's a mess, it would be hard for me to move around. Did you come to see the room? Oh, that's right. I thought I would return this. Isn't this Isuka's flight log? What do you mean, return it? It's yours now, isn't it? No, I just found it. It's not mine either. But you're the one who should have it. After all, you were best friends, right? If Isuka wanted me to see it, she wouldn't have left it here. If that was the case, she could have given it to me directly or left it in the garage. I guess so. It was in this room, wasn't it? It was there, in the gap between the shelves, like it was hidden. I think that you should have it. I'm sure that's what Isuka was thinking too. If that's alright with you, Amane-chan? I want you to have it too. Okay, I understand. Because I came here, I could meet Het again. Quack! It's been a really fun summer, hasn't it? Amane-chan. It's not over yet. Yes, but the morning glory will come. It will definitely happen. When you say this, it feels like it really will. It will. Well then, I'm off to bed. Good night, Kotori. Het. Good night. Quack. And that's how it was. We were whispering to each other behind the glider in a blind spot which couldn't be seen from Senpai's drawing board. So Amane-senpai returned it? That flight log? Yeah. Kotori told us the details about what had happened in her room last night. That seems pretty meaningful. Doesn't it? That's why I don't know what to do. She must be sorting out all her personal issues. She's going to quit soon, after all. Stop it, don't say such sad things. I don't like this either, but it can't be helped. Normally, even if you quit a club, you'd still keep coming to school. However, in Senpai's case, she already has enough credit. As long as she doesn't fail any of her exams, she will graduate. Trotzdem, ich meine, ja, sad, wenn Schule vorbei ist, aber wenn ihr echte Freunde seid, ja, dann seid ihr auch Jahre später noch zusammen. So muss es sein. Davon abgesehen, wie auch Tatsuya und Hotaru einfach vorbeikommen, wo die nicht auf der... Nee, stimmt gar nicht. Hotaru ist auf der Schule, aber sie ist nicht im Club. Tatsuya ist nicht mehr auf der Schule. Die kommen auch vorbei, mal im Auszelten. Die müssen zwar ohne Amane zurechtkommen, aber die kann doch bestimmt auch mal mitfliegen oder sowas. However, in Senpai's case, she already has enough credit. As long as she doesn't fail any of her exams, she will graduate. As she said before, when she leaves, she'll go back home to help her father with his work. She probably won't come to school anymore. When we thought about it, we all felt really sad. Ever since Kotori got Isuka-san's flight log back last night, we became strongly aware of the situation. This is mostly a diary, isn't it? Isuka didn't know much about building gliders. Essentially, it seems that Amane-chan is the one who has made it. According to the diary, it looks like Isuka-san was the pilot. Amane-senpai made it and Isuka-san flew it. That's how they shared their roles. Das war der Accident dann wahrscheinlich, ne? I recalled that just when we joined the club, Senpai said that there was no pilot. That must have been what she was talking about. In the log, the production process was recorded along with various other events that came with it. Rather than being a flight log, it was more like a production log. I wonder why Isuka-san called it flight log. However, I can't say that she was a diligent writer. There were numerous days when nothing was written. There were also many things that were impossible to understand if an unrelated person read them. For example, trying to consult her about the usual thing was useless. She just doesn't get what youth is all about. And the like. The only ones who would understand that is the author and her, most likely Amane-senpai. Still, this must be a very important thing to Amane-senpai. That's why I gave it back to her, but she said she wanted me to have it. I wonder why. Is it because I found it? She might think of it as something you've inherited. Inherited? What do you mean? Isuka-san's dreams. You came to the soaring club because you found the log, right? Yeah. You could imagine that it's Isuka-san that's brought you here. I see. To Amane-senpai, this may look as if Isuka-san's dreams were inspiring Kotori. Isuka-san's dreams, her longing for the sky, were transmitted through the flight log. If those dreams are what inspired Kotori, it could be said that she had inherited them. Maybe you're right. Try to recall it. At first, Amane-senpai wasn't too positive about getting new members. But her attitude suddenly changed when Kotori brought her that photo in the flight log, didn't it? Well, I guess it did. I didn't understand it back then, but to Amane-senpai it must have seemed like a destined event. Kotori felt the weight of responsibility and was thinking deeply with a serious expression. By the way, there's something bothering me. Agea flicked through the flight log. Found it, here. Someday I won't be able to stay here, was written there. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the context of previous and following sentences. It just appears suddenly and feels kinda out of place. What is this? Oh yeah, similar words appear a few times. Is this about quitting school? I tried reading more into it, but it doesn't really say why she had to leave. Something must have happened, the reason why she had to leave. So is Isuka-san's leaving somehow related with that accident? Ja, aber das hier hört sich ja geplant an, was im Buch steht. Voraussehbar. I don't know. But Amane-chan wants to fly above the morning glory for Isuka's sake, right? Kotori opened the log on a certain page. This is what was written there. I still can't forget the emotions I felt when I saw that photo. To think that such a beautiful scene could fill the same sky that we always see above the city that we live in. Even so, she seemed neither too surprised nor deeply moved. That's why I decided that I will take her there for sure. When she sees the real thing, even Amane won't be moved to tears, no doubt about it. That photo of clouds was placed between those pages. You're probably right. There's no way that Amane-senpai, who is scared of heights, would want to fly above the clouds. And yet she caused problems for her father and continued to stay at school until she became the super repeat student. She must have wanted to go and see the view that Isuka-san wanted to show her herself. Amane-chan. What is it? Why are you two so close? Wah! Kotori jumped up atop her wheelchair and hastily hit the flight lock behind her back. What have you guys been whispering about? Nothing, Amane-chan. That's right, we were just talking amongst ourselves. Amane-senpai looked at me. Yes, just talking amongst ourselves. When I answered, Senpai pouted her lips. I see, so I'm the odd man out here. Oh crap, she got really depressed. Since she was concentrating on the drawing board, I thought she would notice us here. Warte! Damn! Sie hat sie bemerkt! Da wurde konzentriert auf andere Dinge. Was für ein Development! Krass! That's not it. We're just, your farewell party. We were planning it. Farewell party? Because you're leaving this year, that's why. That's why. Kotori's voice fades away. Even though it was just an instant excuse, we didn't really want to touch the topic of Senpai leaving. In place of Kotori had fallen silent, I took over the talking. We were planning it in secret because we thought we'd surprise you. We're going to prepare all your favorite food and stuff. Yes, that's right. I see, then I'm sorry. A farewell party, huh? Sounds like fun. It seemed that she believed us, and then she returned to her position in front of the drawing board. Oh. But we actually have to do it now. That's fine, let's have a farewell party. I hate that she has to leave, but I want to do it. We nodded in agreement with Kotori. I don't want to say goodbye to Amane-senpai. However, if it's unavoidable, I want to give her a proper farewell. Das ist jetzt schon der dritte Tag in dieser Folge, oder? Oh, die wieder in der Mall. Das ist lange her. Is that all you need? It looks like I'm running out of lead for my mechanical pencil, so I'll buy some of that too. I follow Senpai into the stationery store. You need shopping zu zweit? I've gone shopping with Amane-senpai today, okay. I'm what you might call the bag carrier. Even so, just me going shopping with Senpai could be considered a side benefit. Side benefit, goddammit. Okay, we haven't forgotten anything. So shall we head back? Thank you for today. Thanks to you, I could buy a lot. No, it's no problem at all. She bought paper and equipment for sketching as well as some tools where I wasn't sure of their usage. The amount and the weight would be too much for Senpai to carry by herself. Ich meine, Carry Weight sollte sie jetzt auch nicht so krass unterscheiden. Wenn sie es nicht alleine kriegen würde, dürfte das für ihn auch ziemlich hart werden. Anyway, but why did you suddenly decide to go shopping with me? Well, I thought it might be tough to do it by yourself. I've been entrusted with a secret mission today. I have to stall her until the others finish preparations for the farewell party. The other day we hurriedly decided that we would hold a farewell party, but to surprise Senpai at least a little, we wanted to keep the exact date a secret. Right now, Kotori and the others should be proceeding with the preparations at the dormitory. I wonder if they will manage. They told me not to worry though, because they called in some help. Okay. Huh? Senpai, where are you going? Senpai turned her steps in the direction opposite from school. I'm going back with this luggage. To Flying Fish Manor. And why? Weren't we going to put them in the garage? Nope, I bought these so I could do some work at the dormitory. Ah, I see. Indeed, she bought a lot of things that she already has on her desk in the garage. What's wrong? Aren't you coming back? No, this is bad. If she returns to the dormitory like this, they'll be caught in the middle of the preparations. Well, why don't we go for a little stroll? He with the heavy bags. Das ist aber auch ein harter Job, einfach Leute aufhalten sollen, so. Like, how do you do that? I couldn't do that. Well, I don't mind. Senpai agreed to it, even though her expression showed that she was slightly perplexed by my son's suggestion. Alright, let's go. As far as possible. Okay. As far as possible. Following that idea, I chose the course for the stroll. If we take a detour and circle the lake along the promenade. Circle the lake? Wie klein ist der bitte? Oder wie lang sind die unterwegs? Then I noticed that we were walking up a gentle slope. Oh, this is magnificent. Amane-senpai breathed a sigh of admiration as she gazed at the windmills lined up along the gentle slope. Is this the first time you've seen them? It's my first time seeing them from the ground. I've only ever seen them from the sky after crossing the lake. Wie oft hat sie das gemacht? Not many people would have seen this place from the air. I was one of those few people. I feel quite proud of that. This is a research facility for natural energy, isn't it? When I first came to Keifu Academy, it was still under construction. They started building it when I wasn't living here. I see. At that time, Senpai was already a student at Keifu Academy. You were in the robotics club during your first year, and after that you joined the soaring club, right? Yeah, that's right. Well, rather than joining it, it would be more correct to say that I made it. Together with Isuka-san, is that right? For a moment, Amane-senpai looked at me in wonder, and then she nodded. I guess Isuka's name coming from me felt out of place. I was invited by Isuka. She found the photo in the garage. She said, let's make a soaring club. Okay. Hey guys, how about we build a glider? Yeah, cool. I wish I could have seen that. Seen what? You at the time. When Senpai was Kotori or Ageha's age. Senpai took a good look at her own. What? I don't think I've changed much since then. It seems that her boobs were just as big back then. What a thing to say. Kotori would be very jealous if she heard that. Her looks aside, I can't imagine Mochizuki Amane as an innocent young girl. I mean, she's basically still an innocent young girl. That's the impression I get. Her personality also might have remained unchanged since the time she joined the robotics club. What did you do in the club back then? That also didn't change much. I was building the glider and flying. Back then I wasn't really interested in gliders. It's just that Isuka said that she wanted to go to the place in the photo, so it felt like I was helping her. Is it different now? Aerospace engineering isn't my specialty, but I've discovered many interesting things as a result of my research. Also, doing something together, with Kotori, Ageha and you is fun. Do you remember when we completed the main wings? Yes, of course. At that time I was so happy. Everyone's efforts, or should I say, their feelings? I can't put it into words. I felt like it had all taken shape. That's why even though I'm scared of flying, I still enjoyed the test flight. Senpai. I was moved almost to tears. I usually don't really know what she's thinking, but now I realize that she felt the same way I did back then. I'm pretty sure this could have been anything, as long as we could all get engrossed by it together. That just happened to be the glider. The rest of us could probably say the same thing. I always wanted to know the reason why Isuka was so obsessed with it. She said while she was looking towards the scenery on the distant opposite shore. If I can fly to the passage of clouds, maybe I'll understand it. So that's why you're aiming for it. For that place, even if she's all alone. Senpai probably isn't really that into building gliders even now. She isn't chasing the sky. She's chasing Isuka-san. Where is Isuka-san now? The question that I meant to ask many times before, but was always stopped by biting my tongue, had just slipped out. Senpai looked up at the windmills that were turning slowly in the wind. Well, I don't know. She went somewhere. Senpai was smiling. She didn't seem lonely or sad. It was more like a smile and resignation. I regretted asking such an unnecessary question. Not knowing what to say next, I looked at the windmills with her. Whenever I see them, it's such a tranquil scene. It makes me think that living hastily and always pressed for time is absurd. Anyway, it's pretty odd. The solar panels must work really well now. Yeah. Other than the windmills, there are also solar panels here. In the direct light of the midsummer sun, those must be working like crazy right now. Shall we head back soon? Huh? Well, I wonder. Maybe we should stay for a little longer. I checked the time on my cell phone and it's still a bit too early. But it's hot. Look how much I'm sweating. And she pulled away the sweaty clothes that were clinging to her chest. Age has said that one day, that part gets the sweatiest. Then let's go to the convenience store. I'll treat you to ice cream. Ice cream? Sounds good. Senpai looked like she was about to start drooling and immediately began walking. I followed her, carrying the bags. I like the strawberry one. It's sweet and sour, simply delicious. Oh Mann, jetzt krieg ich Appetit auf Eis, was zur Hölle? Go ahead, eat as much as you like. In order to buy enough time, I'll probably need to make her eat about 2 or 3 ice creams. Wie lange braucht ihr bitte? We're going to be eating later, but that shouldn't be a problem for Senpai. True.